So a lot of marijuana stocks are doing pretty badly in the past month. They're either flatlining or they're losing, 10, 20% of their value, and this pretty much goes for just about every single grower. Some of the pharmaceutical companies, though, fairly interestingly, they're not doing too badly. They are down from their peaks, but they're still doing okay, not doing too badly. But the reason why this is happening is because you had a lot of people who invested at around this area. For the most part, your new investors, got into it around this area, and some of them experienced some short-term gains, but for most of them, you know, they bought at this area while looking at this area and expecting to get your 10 or 15% return a month. And 10 to 15% return a month, sure, that happened at around here, but that's unrealistic for you. It's an unrealistic expectation that the stock will keep going up and up and up forever. So the stocks have finally reached a kind of balancing point, and no new people are really getting into this market. Pretty much everybody that wanted to get in has already done so. So for the most part, it's just the same people, and you have some people who expected to get some short-term gains. They're realizing that, well, in the next few months, they're not really going to be getting anything significant. There's not going to be any significant news other than the Canadian legislation, but other than that, there's not really going to be anything significant, and the stocks are not going to go up. So people are selling them, and they're dumping the money into other industries. And as this is happening, well, the stocks are going down. So in the next few months, we're not really going to be seeing any significant news, so these stocks aren't going to be going up. You are going to be having companies release information that they're expanding and that they're growing their facilities and such, but that's nothing significant. These companies are fairly pricey already, so they are expected to expand their facilities, so that's not going to be any significant news. The Canadian legislation might drive these prices up, but that's a few months away. And then after that, probably California's legalization. California, once it starts issuing licenses, that might cause these companies to go up a little bit. I don't know. I'm expecting it to, but we'll see. But other than that, I mean, a lot of these stocks, all you really have to do is just hold them for the long term, and people aren't really prepared to do that, and they're selling them off. So that's that. So you're going to be seeing some losses. But if you're holding these stocks for the long term, I mean, don't check them every single hour. That would just probably annoy you. The fact that they just keep on dropping and not really going anywhere. It's not to say though that the individual companies are not going to go up. Individual companies might go up, but as a whole, the sector is not really going to experience any significant news in the short term that would drive it up, the same amounts that it was being driven up, at around here. So we're not going to be seeing any of this anytime soon. This might happen again once the institutional investors start actually buying up these stocks, which that's not going to happen for a while because it's still a little bit too early for the institutions to invest into these. But what a lot of people are looking for nowadays is they're not really buying on the rumors, they're not really buying on the minor expansions. A lot of people are waiting on the numbers, and the numbers are going to come out every single quarter for most of these companies. And we're going to be needing probably a few quarters of numbers before a better, clearer picture is set. And a few quarters is almost a year basically. So a lot of people are just not prepared to wait that long, so they're dumping their stocks, and yeah, that's what's happening right now. There's still going to be good news, but it's not going to be anything significant. So yeah.